On the Trump indictment, is the White House concerned about the possibility of civil unrest and being in New York or elsewhere?
So what I will say is the president certainly, and we've said this many times before, he supports America peacefully, and I'm just not going to get into speculations from here on what may or may not happen. Clearly, prepared. This government is always prepared, but it's not going to get into speculation.
Do you share the Kremlin's assessment that journalists that are accredited in Russia are safe?
This yesterday as well. When it comes to Americans being detained, we know that this is something that the Kremlin has used for a long time. This is not unusual. What to make that happen. We've also said do not travel to Russia. It is not safe for Americans. I'll leave that there.
Does the White House or does the president have a message to believe that this Trump indictment is political?
Again, we're just not going to comment on an ongoing case. We're going to be commenting on. We've been pretty consistent and prudent about that. We're just not going to comment on it. All right.
They're saying there's some political element. I mean, do you want to respond to that at all, Karine?
I'll say this. You're seeing the president and the first lady in Mississippi today to survey a disaster that occurred over the weekend, to make sure that he is there for the community and to let them know that we are here tomorrow. And for the director of FEMA, and that is something that the president wants. That's his job. That's why he's. The president has always been focused on delivering on his economic policy, making sure that we're lowering costs for Americans, that we see that that Republicans are putting forth. If you think about it, I just talked about Trans Visibility Day. We talked about the anti-LGBT legislatures, the anti-trans legislation that are across that we're seeing across the country. The president is going to fight to have their backs day in and day out. Look, if Republicans want to join us on delivering on what they wanted to do during the midterms, is lowering costs, he's willing to do that. That conversation occurred about 12 hours ago. We're not going to comment on an ongoing case, but today the president found this trip to Mississippi is incredibly important for that community, to show that we are there for them in this terrible time.